Hello, welcome to the stream. How's it going, everybody? Happy Tuesday. We've survived the trials of Fizzy. We're back for more video games. Welcome, good day, hello. Hope everybody's doing fine. On this day, we shall play Eco Phantoms. Has anybody played Eco Phantoms before? I've never played Eco Phantoms before. What is Eco Phantoms? It looks very mysterious. We're gonna play it and discover it together. This game looks very inscrutable. I'm very excited to play it. This might be the most Amiga game I've ever seen. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Eco Phantoms. Look at it. There's nothing to look at. Hello. Hello, Noru. Welcome. Hello, Left Empty. Welcome. Hello, Clonk. L. Clonk. Welcome. Bifraction. Hello. Alana Ray. Hello. Duck Admirer. Hello. 8-Bit Tomato. Hello. Dana Chrysalis. Hello. Noru. Hello. Again. Doppelopoulos. Hello. Smibble. Hello. Syllogism. Hello. Surely this game won't be a disaster, but if it is a disaster, well, that's okay too. Maybe I enjoy disasters. Dracados, hello. Krelosh, hello. Gotta say hello to everybody. Robert Kitty, hello. Professor KV, hello. That is some awesome lore. KV. It's always funny to read like programmer notes bickering at each other. It's always funny. Sometimes a little sad, but also funny. Hello. Dom the Pang, welcome. Damien Fox, hello. Does this have any relation to Pickle Wars? I sure hope not. Maybe. I sure hope not. Hello, Crushing Ceiling. Hello, Mail. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. We're going to play some Eco Phantom today for the Amiga. This is a very mysterious game. All I've seen are screenshots of this. I booted it up last night to make sure it was running, and I think we're in for a little treat. We'll put it that way. I think we're in for a little treat. I have no idea what genre this is, if this game can even be classified into a genre. I have no idea what it's what. Let's turn the box over. I'm eager with anticipation to dive into this game and try and figure it out. Look at these screenshots. Like what? Like what? What? All that remains of life on Earth lies beneath the domes of the Eco Phantoms. Having entered a dome and hijacked an Eco Zeppelin, you must become a skilled pilot in order to maintain your ship, navigate through the systems of gullies, and confront the dangerous and intriguing creations, the Eco Phantoms. Swift mastery of the code creator is also vital to your success. Do I have to learn to code? Oh god. For areas inaccessible to your ship, you have at your command a team of highly skilled robots. The mothership hangs menacingly above the Earth, awaiting the last shipment of your planet's remaining resources. Your aim is to destroy the Eco Phantom's grip on the planet. The future of life on Earth is in your hands. Screenshots may vary. Eco Phantom's Amiga. Splinter Vision. Electronic Zoo. Copyright 1990. European Electronic Zoo. This isn't a French game. I believe this is a British developed game. The screenshots don't really tell me anything. There's a Earth with some domes. There's some grays and some tans and some. Well, there's a Zeppelin, a space Zeppelin, and a canyon. Hello, Bob Rose Guy. Hello, Ray Locke. Welcome. We're gonna play Eco Phantoms. I don't. Very mysterious, which is perfect. We're gonna waste no time today because we have to dig into the manual. Not that I ever really waste much time with chit chat. But we have to read the manual if I want to play Eco Phantoms. So let's open up the manual. Is this game eco-friendly? That's a good question. I don't know. Hello, Son Goku. Welcome. Good to see you. Killer Miller. Hello. Eco Phantoms. Whoa! Alright, we're instantly hit with walls of text. Let's go. Prologue. The Eco Phantoms. Universal nuclear war had left a trail of destruction throughout the furthest quarter of the Strax system, leaving many planets a mere wasteland and helplessly infertile. Groups of inhabitants tried for years. I'm getting distracted already. Groups of inhabitants tried for years to try and rebuild their destroyed worlds, but the forces of nature were not on their side. It was clear that this time the warmongers had gone too far. Outside the galactic quarters, charities from other belts of the universe offered some help to try and rebuild what was left of the doomed 9-planet circle. 3 years later, the Lost Quarters ceased communications with all other civilizations. This is definitely British because civilizations has the British S in there. Time passed, and many years later, a glimmer of hope began to radiate from one of the dying planets. A young, unnamed warrior had been creating the ultimate operational plan to restore life back to the Lost Worlds. Not far from the quarter's outer regions orbited a small, rich, fertile planet called Lidondamania. Lidondamania. The warrior's plan was to create a machine capable of extracting the planet's natural wealth and resources, then transport them back to the once beloved home planets. Some of the other inhabitants discovered this attempt to plunder an innocent planet, attempted to foil the murderous plan. The young warrior was not to be bargained with. He had the majority of what was left of the 9-planet circle backing him, and his plan to restore life to their dying worlds. Any opposition was swiftly dealt with by secret guards, and many of the inhabitants who opposed their plan began to disappear. The first operation was a complete success. An entire planet totally drained, thus restoring new life to various parts of the planet's circle. All the inhabitants of the planet Lidondamania had either been murdered or enslaved within prison camps. With all the materials obtained from the raid, the warrior built a powerful fleet of armed ships capable of removing life from an entire galaxy. The flagship, Planet Drainer, was the largest structure to have ever been built and dwarfed many small moons. War was being launched on all life. The forgotten quarter was soon to be remembered. The Eco Phantoms were hungry for new life. That's pretty sick. Pretty sick lore. I don't know what these... Oh, I do know what these symbols are. Those symbols down there are the copy protection. That's the copy protection. So I booted this game up last night, Rubber Kitty, and got to the copy protection and couldn't figure out how to enter it. I couldn't figure it out. And then I promptly closed the game and said, we'll figure it out tomorrow. So that's as much as I played the game. I got to the copy protection, couldn't figure out how to enter the codes, and then stopped playing. So we're in for a treat today. Hello, Al Roker, surprise. Steven 80s, welcome. We're playing Eco Phantoms today. Boom, Eco Phantoms. We're just reading the manual. This is a manual intensive game. Starship log, ETA 4:46:47:08. Only another few hours left and I would be home. 6 years away from Earth was too long, even for a well-paid delivery contract, but that was over and done with. I had been paid with a check that was so large that they had to write out another just to fit the knots on. Ridiculous as it might seem, even something as crazy as that seemed petty compared with getting back to a planet where you don't have to order a drink and consume it in some bizarre hellhole filled with spacers who drink through parts of their body that I didn't even know existed. ETA 3:58:57:02. I don't know what this... Oh, estimated time of arrival. Okay, he's flying back home, and this is how long till he arrives back home. Okay. Where was that radio contact? I couldn't pick up a thing. Even the computer was unable to locate a station. I suppose that the radio had been left on for so long that it just stopped working. Maybe they had been having some sort of electrical interference? That would have to be pretty big for nothing to get through. ETA 301-1709. I had another 2 hours to go before arrival procedures began, and I was already strapped down. Why was I getting so impatient after so many months of traveling when Earth was now within view? ETA 103-4301. At last, I can start the landing procedure, but still, no radio contact. What's going on? Why can't I see the moon? Surely I can't have approached from the wrong side. ETA 0021-3303. The events of the last few minutes happened with such speed that they almost seemed like a dream. I had been intercepted by a small Zeppelin-type craft, and my ship had been trapped in some kind of tractor beam and boarded. No time to lose, I hid myself in one of the storage panels by the door, waited for my unwelcome visitors. A huge blast came from the main door, and soon after I heard the running footsteps of some 3 or 4 troopers making their way towards the flight deck. As if by instruction, I clambered out of my hiding place and made my way through the thick, burning smoke toward the main door that led to the docked alien ship. Slowly, I edged my way through the corridor to the door's control panel and hit the button. It opened. I'm sorry. Inconsistent number of dots in the ellipses. You put 4 dots in this ellipses, you put 3 dots in that one. Get it together, Eco Phantom. This game's literally unplayable. Hello, Kagarano. Welcome. I cannot help but notice these details, and it drives me crazy. And then they use 5 down here. Look at that. 5 down here. Disaster. Joseph Corwin, hello. Thank you very much for the 34-month resub. Welcome. Damn it, Baines. Hello. Apparently, adding herbs to your garbage can make it smell better, but I don't have time for that rubbish. Thank you, Baines. Thank you. That's gross. Where was I? Slowly, I edged my way through the corridor to the door's control panel and hit the button. It opened, and suddenly an alarm went off. I was doomed, and the guards would soon be back. The chilling sound of their returning footsteps came echoing through the corridor. Through the smoke, I could see the faint black outline of my enemy. But detracting from everything was the menacing glow of what must have been their eyes. I ran into the alien ship, not thinking. Suddenly, without warning, the doors slammed shut and the enemy was gone. All except for a horrible apparition lying on the floor by the door, resembling a metallic claw clutching a steel ball. When the door had closed, one of the guards must have attempted to run through, but only to be crushed by the sliding door. I was alone. The passenger hold presented row upon row of vacant seats. There was an engine room where the turbines were still spinning, but no workers to operate them. There was even some sort of laboratory. At the far end of the ship, close to the front cockpit, I found a chamber filled with 4 strange levitating robots. Finally, I arrived at the flight control deck and went straight to the control panel. I sat down, and before me lay a set of controls and a video screen depicting a map of the Earth, 5 domes placed over it. One of these was flashing violently. As if some magical force was controlling my hand, I placed the metallic ball, which I had plucked from the alien's hand earlier, and placed it into a prominent recess of the control panel. Control lights came on, and the ship began to move, but very slowly. What now? Is it possible that the Earth I once knew had been invaded by these creatures? That's a statement, not a question, I guess. Is it possible that the Earth I once knew had been invaded by these creatures? I touched the flashing dome on the monitor. The ship launched itself forward at warp speed. I was thrown back on my seat, unable to move. In front of me, I could see Earth rapidly approaching. Object of the game. You have hijacked an eco-zeppelin. You must now learn how to fly. Just like that. You must now learn how to fly and control the vessel whilst engaging with all types of enemy craft and confrontations in order to retrieve vital computer information. This information is stored in spheres, which can be found amongst various pieces of machinery. You need to collect a full set of spheres for reprogramming the main control computer on the flagship planet Drainer. Wait, what? What are we doing? Hold on. Okay, learn to fly. Step 1, learn to fly. Step 2, engage enemy crafts, retrieving vital computer information in spheres. Get all the spheres to reprogram the flagship planet Drainer. Okay, so there's a Star Destroyer, there's a Death Star, and we need to collect the plans for the Death Star. But instead of blowing up the Death Star, we're going to reprogram it. Turn it good, maybe? How to play the game. You must understand and monitor all of your ship's cockpits in order to survive. As you play the game, it's essential to create a map to identify the uncharted land. Okay, now we're talking. By using the ship's code creator, you'll be able to enter the required areas, enter buildings, retrieve supplies, and avoid confrontations. After you've sweated through the deserts of the first level, you must then enter the underwater world of the second level and encounter new and strange eco-structures. Finally, you must enter the world of the polar ice caps and brave the extreme weather conditions and equally strange and bizarre creations. When your mission to subvert the Eco-Phantom's grip on the Earth has been completed, you must confront the flagship planet Drainer's main control computer. The computer data that you will have gathered in your journey through the domes will enable you to instruct the computer to withdraw all Eco-Phantom's craft from the Earth forever. For this data to enter the computer, you must solve the 3 problems set. I wonder if we're going to get pictures in here. Oh yeah, okay. The landscapes. Within the 3 different domes that you enter, you'll be confronted by various obstacles, including other zeppelins. To the enemy, you are one of them. Don't forget you're flying one of their ships. My flying one of their ships. That's the wrong form of the word your. If you encounter another zeppelin and convince the crew that you are where you should be by giving the appropriate area clearance code, you might be able to avoid a confrontation. The various patrols of Scoutcraft operate in the same way, except there are more to deal with. I still don't know what... Okay, the first stage. The deserts of Africa. Within this dome, you'll be confronted by a network of dredged soil and sand. The Zeppelins survey the gullies in search of any intruders, and to make life easier, deploy fields of mines just to test your skills. What is this sentence? The Zeppelins survey the gullies in search of any intruders, and to make life easier, deploy fields of mines just to test your skills. Okay. The second stage, the Pacific. Having completed the first dome, you'll now be plunged miles down below the surface of the ocean. The water's dark, and like the desert, there are unpredictable weather conditions which can even reach you below the surface. Within this underwater dome, you'll encounter even more desperate conditions and an even more demanding enemy. Third stage, North Pole. Oh, maybe there's penguins there. Finally, you'll enter the bleak world of the Arctic, where the extraction of the Earth's resources continues. Conditions couldn't get much worse. Installations are even harder to find, and if you try to gain entry, it's going to take more than asking nicely. Codes become even more complex, attacks more prevalent, and the weather's not exactly the type that you might choose for an afternoon cruise. Finally, after closing down the 3 remaining domes, your last task is to reverse the damage created by the Eco-Phantoms. This will involve your ship returning to the planet Drainer. You'll have to reprogram the main control computer. I feel like I don't know anything yet. Like, I'm very curious. We must continue reading on. Moving within the gullies. To fly your ship, you move your cursor around the screen, and one of the pointers on the cursor will illuminate, indicating the direction in which the ship would move if requested to do so. To request movement, click the left mouse button. There's a diamond for standard 360-degree movement. 1 forward, 2 is around to left. Okay. Shift movement? Okay. So there's different movements. Sure. Here's the main cockpit. Oh dear. What? Robot Bay is this button. So this is the classic Amiga tradition of game design. Even though I don't think this game was originally conceived on the Amiga, it has that same spirit, that same energy. Classic Amiga tradition of game design, where the interface is just inscrutable buttons. Just inscrutable, no words used to explain anything, just buttons with alien symbols. And you just got to figure it out. And personally, I love it. So this is the Robot Bay button. 2, Laser Cannon, Return to Gullies button. 3, the Virus Laboratory. What do we... Passenger hold over here. Engine room. Sphere manipulator. We got a sphere manipulator. Possible direction indicator. Direction... No... indicates no... No further movement to... What? Indicates it's okay. Yeah, level indicators. So this is the virus infection level indicator. This is the laser cannon packs indicator, shield indicator, the laser packs. So we have laser cannon packs and laser packs. Okay. So weapons on the right, virus infection, which we have to track. I don't get it. Hello, darkest depths of Mordor. Welcome. Thank you for the good luck. Gonna need it here. Hello, Tiny Dunnick, Broccoli Donut, Kapow. Hello, everybody. Eco Phantoms refers to a zeppelin or airship being used for research. Interesting. The Moses Project. Whoa. There's a communicator panel will drop down when needed. So yeah, this is the copy protection. I couldn't even figure out how to input the correct copy protection code. It's a security device which will be called by enemies outside your ship in order to determine whether or not your ship has security clearance for a particular area. An AI hallucin. Isn't that a shame that the internet is just jacked these days? And you can't even trust. Not that you. I mean, even in the past, you had to take everything you read with a grain of salt. But nowadays, you need like a shaker of salt. You never know what you're reading is true, if it's false, if it's made up, if it's a hallucination. This is why we just play video games and enjoy it. Okay, here's screen 1, used to create codes. Well, 1 is the symbols, 2 is the grid, 3 is the timer, 4 is the current quadrant indicator, 5 moves to screen 2, and then when you're in screen 2, you can view the codes which are stored. You can, okay. Alright. To create a code, step 1, you have to decide upon which codes to be created by viewing your codes stored in screen 2. So step 1 is already to have codes stored in screen 2. Okay. How do I just be sure that you know the pattern of the code is returning to screen 2 once code creation has begun is not possible. Step 2, moving to screen 1 will set off the timer. This timer will count down initially in order that you may... This timer will count down initially in order that you may assess the situation. 3. When the current quadrant indicator lights up, click upon the required symbol and it will appear within the first quadrant of the grid. If a mistake has been made, click again on the same symbol and it will disappear from the grid. Once the timer is counted down for that quadrant, the next quadrant will become current. Proceed as for the first quadrant. If the symbols for the current quadrant have been entered before the timer is finished, click the next quadrant on the current quadrant indicator. It'll move to the next quadrant. The word quadrant no longer has meaning. Semantic satiation. When the fourth quadrant has become completed, the code will be sent. If it's correct, you'll be allowed to proceed. If incorrect, prepare to do battle. As your Zeppelin is stolen, the first code for entry to the nearest building from the start of each level is already provided in the ship's memory. The computer in each building will automatically provide the entry code for the next nearest building, having been activated by the presence of one of your robots. The last code in the last building takes you to the next level. Hello, Rubik's. Welcome. What are we doing here? We're playing Eco Phantoms. At least we will be in time. At the moment, we're reading the manual to learn how to play the game called Eco Phantoms. This is going to be delightful. Who's that? Krelos, thank you for the gifts of the quadrant. Quadrant. Thank you. Thank you. Laser cannon is a powerful weapon to be used only on the buildings and may only be used when the ship is stationary. Movement of the cannon is controlled by the cursor. Oh, I forgot I put that. I forgot I made the Alfred Chicken wink. I originally made the Alfred Chicken emote to be winking, but I think at the time I didn't have any more animated emote slots, so I just made it a stationary stare instead. I've always had the winking variant. So yeah, we have laser cannons, we shoot, we point and click and shoot. We can pick up spheres. The collector panel must be accessed by clicking at the base of the direction indicator, main cockpit. What? I thought these were virus and shields. Oh no, that's for the main No, this is the collector's. Okay, 1, entry spheres level, 2, shield spheres level, 3, data spheres level, 4, conductor spheres level, 5, enable spheres to be picked up, 6, return to main cockpit. Distribution of spheres. Shield spheres will automatically be added to main shield when required. At various places within the gullies, there are a number of wall units and conductors that are positioned on the side of the gully, so look carefully for them. The entry wall units will, once an entry sphere is placed into them, open walls leading to new areas of the map. Conductors will disable the weather conditions within particular areas when conductor spheres are placed into them. They misspelled conductor. To enter a sphere, click the collector icon. To enter a sphere? Are we going... The sphere manipulator will then appear. Place the manipulator over the wall unit or conductor and click the mouse button. Flashing of the manipulator will indicate that the wall unit's in operation. I don't know what I'm reading. Okay, passenger holds the area in which the rescued prisoners and supplies are stored. Passengers must be fed and watered, and when healthy, sent to different areas of the ship to help maintain them. What? 1. Water food feeder. Where's 1? Okay, that's 1. It got 2. Assignment selector. Okay, this is a peel. I remember that from Fizzy. 3 is the food indicator. 4 is the water indicator. 5, send passenger, but 6 is feeding. 1. To administer food or water, click on the relevant icon and a feeder will appear. Oh, okay. 2. Point the indicator at the relevant passenger and click to feed 1 unit. Assigning a passenger to work. 1. Click the symbol for the required room. Point the indicator at the required passenger and click. Passenger will now have appeared in the required room. Okay, so we have to like manage our crew and like distribute them to various rooms or systems. Checking level of stores. Click on the required type of stores and the number of units will appear in the central indicator. So you have food stores, water stores, 2 different laser shell stores, fuel, serum, oil, Explo, plus service, and repair. Just the concept of repair. Mount Log and Rowood. We might get to Rubik's. I don't. Who knows where this game's gonna go? Hello, welcome. The thing about old games is there's so many of them. I don't think any one person knows all the video games. There's just too many. There's too many of them. It's awesome. It's incredible. Just when you think you've seen it all, you lift up the bottom of the barrel and realize there's a second barrel underneath it with more games. It's awesome. The engine room function. Before you can set out on your adventure throughout the Gully network, you must start up your ship's turbines to a suitable speed. So you got the servicer here. The throttle is there. Oil level and fuel level. Okay. Turbines. Ship's controlled by 5 turbines which power the ship and allow it to do all the different maneuvers. Each turbine represents a separate function of the ship's functions. What? Central turbine reverse. Top left, rotate right and forward thrust. Top right, rotate left and forward thrust. Bottom left, shift right and forward thrust. Bottom right, shift left and forward thrust. When the ship has been started, the turbines will be shown whizzing around, generating the power needed to control their functions. Whiz? Is that a whiz reference? Procedures. Turbine servicing. After a certain length of time of continuous running, the turbines require a small amount of oil to cool them down. If you neglect the procedure of adding oil, the turbine will continue to overheat, will eventually seize up, and be irretrievably damaged. That's not good. Servicer. To see if it's necessary whether a turbine requires any oil, observe the servicer in the center of the control panel. This will indicate a flashing red dot in the center of the turbine, which means it is in need of oil. To administer the oil, click onto the flashing red dot. If you enter a situation where you don't have enough oil to service more than one turbine, it must be a decision on which control is more important. By reducing the speed can also prolong the life of an overheated turbine. Oil and fuel. All reserve packs of oil and fuel are stored in the passenger hold. When required, will be added by workers. Throttle. To increase speed, click left button above throttle. Which one's the throttle? Throttle 2? The button... Okay. The robot chamber. So we have a robot chamber as well. Robot selector. Repairer. We can load explosives. We can unload robot. We can dispatch robot. Lift icon. Function. The robot chamber is the area in which the 4 robots are kept and maintained. There are 4 robots. The robots are sent on duty from this room and their collections must be unloaded after each mission. You can never leave your ship until your mission's complete. However, you have 4 highly trained robots that you can send into the installations to retrieve supplies for your ship. Once you're in the chamber, your 4 robots will be awaiting your command and ready for action with fully charged shields and lasers. All you have to do is decide who you want to send. The factors that you should consider are time, speed, and holding capacity. As all 4 robots have their own specialist areas, this allows you to plan your attacks. What? Okay, sending a robot on a mission. Once you've decided on the robot to send into an installation, select the appropriate corresponding icon by clicking onto it, and the icon will light up. This means the robot's ready to be sent out via the lift. Once the lift icon's been activated, the selected robot will slide forward and down the chute. Once the robot's departed, there'll be a short deployment time. As soon as the robots gain entry into the installation, the robot will send a transmitted video signal to your main cockpit, allowing you to control your robot's movements. Okay, so it seems like these robots are just kind of remote avatars of the player. They have different stats. I don't know where that's determined. Maybe it's on a later page. We should choose which robots which is suited for which installation, then dispatch them, and then maybe it's like a dungeon crawler. Robot repairs. Your robot may sustain some damage during the game, and the amount sustained from each mission will be visible to you as metallic wounds on the robot's structure. The robot will only be able to take a set amount of damage before it's completely destroyed. To avoid this, you must keep a constant check on the robot's conditions after each battle to allow yourself time to attend to repairs before entering any further battle sequences. To repair your robot, select the weld icon in the center of the screen. Repairer. This one here, the weld icon, the repairer. Once activated, a welding tool will appear with 1 pack's worth of repairs. By clicking the tool exactly over the damaged area, the robot's wound will be repaired. However, if the target area is not exact and covering all the wound, the weld will fail and the unit of repair will be lost? The number of possible repairs is indicated in the center of the tool. I don't understand anything. Unloading a robot. After a battle, the robot will require unloading. The first button will unload the robot. What? Unload 4. That's number 4. Unload robot's number 4. Why are they calling it the first button? The first button will unload the robot. Once pressed, all the retrieved supplies will be entered into the storage areas within the passenger hold. If the robot's not emptied, that particular robot will be unable to pick up any fresh supplies from another battle unless the previous supplies are discarded or swapped for new supplies. To enable the robot to set the explosives within the building, the robot must be loaded. Okay. Once inside the building, you'll pick up the robot's video signal. By controlling the robot around the room, you must decide as quickly as possible what you want to collect. Whilst doing this, you must also fight off any attacking guards. Next operation to perform is locate the building's main computer and extract its passcode to the next building. Once you suspect you've located the right computer, click onto the Retrieve Code button, and your robot will receive the code, which is then directly passed into your ship's code creator's memory, displayed briefly on the screen. Finally, you must instruct your robot to locate the terminal where an explosives pack can be placed. As soon as the robot's located the correct terminal, the robot's timer will begin. This gives your robot a limited time to escape, and you must discover the code terminal location as quickly as possible before it explodes. I thought we already did that. If your robot sustained too many hits, 2, wrong form of 2, and lost all of its shield, video transmission will be lost. And if your robot has sustained too many hits and lost all of its shield, video, video transmission will be lost. In a few seconds after, normal gully transmission will be resumed. The robot cannot be retrieved, and the only sad reminder that you will have of its service is the empty place that it once occupied in the robot chamber. Look after your robots. 35 dots on this ellipses. I know this is nitpicking, but they could have just, read this after they wrote it and said, "Oh, whoops, let's just done a little once over, grammar, punctuation, that sort of thing." I know it's minor. I just think if your manual is this dense with information, it would help if it were formatted in a more easily readable fashion. That's just a minor nitpick. Virus laboratory function. This area of the ship is used for curing all other areas of the ship from the effects of the virus spheres. The virus spheres will randomly attack different parts of the ship at different levels. The overall infection level can be monitored by the meter in the main cockpit. Oh, we got a meter game. Okay, cool. Controls. 1. Room selector. 2. Administer. What? Procedures. Checking virus level. Click on the symbol for the required room. The level of virus infection is displayed on the blue screen. Click upon the required area and then upon the creator icon. Note if virus level is 0, then no creation will be allowed. Effects of the virus. The effects of the virus upon each part of the ship will depend upon the degree to which the infection spread. Operations within that part of the ship will cease to operate if the level of infection reaches maximum. So our Zeppelin that we're piloting also is infected with a virus. Or rather, certain spheres we collect are virus spheres? Do we have to antidote them? Or fluid them? This is okay. Last page. Buildings. What is this? Maybe it'll all make sense once we actually launch the game and start playing. Maybe everything just is crystal clear, obvious, it'll make sense, and this is overcomplicating it. Maybe. Okay, buildings. All buildings must be entered to retrieve as many supplies as possible for your ship. Certain objects are only found in specific buildings. And all robots are limited by the amount they can carry. As well as obtaining supplies, you must also instruct your robot to locate the computer terminal which holds the entry code to the next installation. Once discovered, this will be displayed through the communicator, then logged into its memory. To allow your robot to escape, you must locate the control panel, which releases the door and destroys the control room. Once the timer is set and explosives have been placed, the robot will have a limited time to escape. It's advised that the robot collects all supplies before setting the timer. The robot cannot leave until the timer has been activated. In order to set off either the computer terminal or control panel, move your robot alongside a terminal, which are indicated by small lights within the building. Either click the set explosive icon or the retrieve code icon. If it's the correct terminal, then the timer will be set, or the communicator will drop down indication that a code's been received. Here's the robot mission control. 1. Pick up object. 2. Current robot indicator. 3. Set explosive. 4. Retrieve code. This is also the shield level, the firepower, the energy level, and the 30-second timer. We don't need to explain what these buttons do over here or what this one does here. Those are irrelevant to everything. They're just there. Or these buttons. No, those are symbols indicating for easy knowledge. Okay, this symbol here indicates that this is the shield level. This symbol indicates that this is the firepower. This symbol, it's not a button, it's just a symbol that indicates that this is the 30-second timer, and this is the energy level symbol. This one here, well, we'll just have to figure it out. Generators. On entering any generator, you'll be able to retrieve such objects that are used for the running of the ship, fuel, and oil. Oh, running of the ship, comma, fuel, and oil. Those are the 2 objects that are used for the running of the ship. Okay. This must be retrieved to keep your Zeppelin's engine room operating. Yeah, because the turbines will overheat, so we need to oil them and fuel. Stores. This contains such supplies as food, water, and certain weaponry shells. The structure is made up of a series of ramps, elevators, and platforms, which operate without any warning. In all buildings, you can retrieve the antivirus fluids to cure an area of the ship which may be infected. Prisons. They contain your fellow humans which have been enslaved. What? When did that happen? When did the humans get enslaved? Did I miss that? Humans are enslaved? Humanity? Okay. Prisons contain your fellow humans which have been enslaved. To ensure smooth running of your ship, rescue as many as you can. The prisons also contain other supplies. What? Okay, this is the last page. Confrontation with a building. The most dense page. After a robot has returned from a mission within a building, you'll resume normal transmission of the outside of the building. At this stage, the building's security will have you locked into a tractor beam preventing you from escape, period. Not escaping. This leaves you with one simple choice. Shoot. The buildings have extremely thick, armor-plated walls, and your usual crosshair laser will have no effect on the building defenses. Therefore, you must call up your laser cannon. The laser cannon is a very effective but slow weapon. You must locate the building's weak spots. Now they're not using apostrophe. You must locate the building apostrophe S weak spot and destroy it before it destroys you. A fight to the death. The death of the building? Can buildings die? Wouldn't they have to be alive to die? Are there people, like, in these buildings? Are we... who... If for any reason you decide to attack the building before sending your robot in to retrieve the code and supplies, the same battle situation will arise. But even if you win, you'll not be able to gain access to another building as there is no code. Unless you're very good at guessing. Areas of extreme weather conditions. Within all the 3 domes, there are areas of extreme weather conditions consisting of electrical storms, wind, or earthquakes, which can have damaging effects on the player's ship. You enter this area, make sure your shield level's high, and that you have enough shield pods to counteract any damage that may be received, as not only will you have to contend with all the usual eco forces, but the elements themselves. It's possible, however, to halt the conditions for a limited time only. You can locate an atmosphere conductor and place a conductor sphere in its recess using the sphere manipulator. The effects of the weather will be stopped. Common enemy, virus spheres. The effects of the Eco-Phantom's constant drilling and extraction of the Earth's surface has not only had the predictable effects of global devastation, but also, out of the machinery itself, has developed a bacteria which feeds off anything metallic. What? The machinery itself developed a bacteria? What? The virus spheres travel in pairs and settle in a specific area awaiting their prey. Unless you're a crack shot, it's impossible to pass the virus without some kind of devastating effect. Hitting both spheres will prevent them multiplying into further spheres. Missing both will cause the spheres to multiply and produce 2 more pairs within the next 2 locations. Destroying one sphere will cause the surviving sphere to move on to the next location. The effects of the infection can be monitored and cured in the virus lab. Inside the mothership, having closed down the remaining domes, your final task is to end the damage created by the Eco-Phantoms. To accomplish this, you must instruct the main control computer to return the resources to your planet. You're faced with 3 equations which you must resolve using the mathematical symbols of the Eco-Phantom set out below. 5 diamond, 4 not triangle, 3 2 diagonal lines, 2 horizontal line, 1 horizontal line. What is any of this? Enter your solution to each problem by clicking a combination of the symbols, and when complete, press the bar at the bottom of the computer to enter the next solution. Okay. And that's the manual. That's Eco-Phantoms. I think we're ready to play the game now. Oh, there's also a little addendum here. Came with the game. Loading instructions. Place disk 1 into drive 0. 1 mega owners with extra memory. You load and play Eco Phantoms with an external drive connected. Protection instructions. Once the game's loaded, you'll be facing down a gully in your Zeppelin. When you click the left mouse button, you'll initiate the protection system. A necessary evil. You'll receive a code numbered 1 or 2 followed by a page number. Look up the code in the manual. Code 1 is always on the left of the page, code 2 always on the right. To input the code, read the instructions on pages 8 and 9 in the manual under the communicator and creating a code headings. As the codes work the same as in the game itself, your code timer will be running down. Pressing pause at any time will ensure you are not rushed. Additional keys. P is to pause. S will initiate the save screen. You need a blank formatted disk. Pressing the left mouse button will save. L to load. Okay. They have a timer on the copy protection, but it's okay because if you press the P key, you can pause the timer. And yeah, they didn't mention the saving and loading anywhere in the game's manual, so they had to include this little addendum. They didn't explain how to pass the copy protection. I just conveniently forgot to put how to save and load. Oh, Rapuland, hello. Thank you very much for the resub. Thank you for the 25 months. How's it going? So I tested this game last night, booted it up, launched it, made sure it was working, and I couldn't figure out how to pass the copy protection. So let's do it. Let's try it. Let's get into it. Let's play some Eco Phantoms, shall we? This might be an absolute disaster. This might also be one of the greatest video games ever made. It's, at the moment, just based on what we've read and like the 4 screenshots on the back of the box, this is teetering on the line. It's teetering. The game is teetering at the moment. Will it fall onto the masterpiece side of the line or the disaster? Or maybe it's secretly the same chasm. Let's play it. Eco Phantoms. Is capture up? Hello, Reg. Welcome. Please wait. Splinter Vision Limited presents. Roy Beer. Good name. A lot of people worked on this. A lot of people. Coordinates were set before me on the screen. Earth, from which I had been away for so long. Although I was many years from my own time zone, I yearned for the familiar surroundings of my home. I expected there would be changes, but nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to experience. The screen began to flash violently. Approaching Earth, then appeared a planet. The only resemblance that the image had to the Earth I knew was that it was round. The planet which appeared before me was gray, lifeless, and upon its surface rested a number of strange dome-like structures. Dude! As my ship began to orbit the planet, a vast craft appeared from beyond the horizon, casting a menacing shadow across the Earth's surface. Clearly visible upon the vessel's great curved structure was engraved the horrifying emblem, the Eco Phantoms. This is pretty sick. Do I press a button now? Okay, that's a music loop. Yeah, timer hasn't started yet. My policy for timer is I like to boot the game up, let it run through its little intro, watch the scenes presented, and I don't start the timer until I actually press buttons and start playing the game. So technically I haven't started playing the game, I just launched it. But now that it seems to wait for player input, we can say this is when we start the timer. We're officially playing the video game now. It's a meaningless distinction. Yeah, I picked it up from speedrunning way back in the day. My timer habits. Please insert disk 2. Well, I have 2 disk drives enabled, so I don't need to do that. Because I'm a 1 meg owner. Oh, wow. That was pretty cool. Insert disk 1. I've already got it in there. Let me move this up to here. Make sure my mouse DPI. I think this is mouse controlled, so I want DPI down. Okay, Eco Phantoms. Here we go. So what? I've already forgotten what any of these buttons mean or do. The pixel art is really nice though. Like, look at this little border. So we're in the cockpit of our Zeppelin. We're staring down the trenches of a canyon. I don't know what quadrant we're in. Okay, yeah, the mouse cursor. We can just observe here. Certain quadrants of the mouse cursor are lighting up to indicate which direction I'll travel in. So this kind of seems like it's a first-person maze game. So my understanding based on the manual, copy protection won't happen until I click a button. The game will not actually commence until I click a button. My understanding is the general idea is it's a first-person maze that we have to fly our Zeppelin through the maze here. Kind of an Arabic sequel. Yeah. And we're looking for these different installations. Once we arrive at an installation, we can send our robots in to retrieve supplies and, more importantly, a code, which will let us into the next chunk of the maze, where we look for another installation for another code for the next chunk of the maze, and kind of so on and so forth. Along the way, while traveling through these canyons or what have you, we'll be picking up virus, unless I can shoot them down. And we need different weapons to fight enemies. I don't know how that works. We have crew members, which we need to assign to different parts of the ship. I don't know why. We have to feed and water them, which we need to pick up supplies from the install. Yeah. Okay, so let's start playing. Let's see how this goes. So if I click a button, enter code number 2 on page 3. Again, I couldn't figure this out last night. I couldn't figure out how to do this. Code number 2 on page 3. So let me open up the manual again. Page 3, code 2. Okay, so I need to enter this symbol right here. Code 2 is the one on the right, yeah. I need to enter this symbol. Okay, I have it open here. Okay. So there's the timer. It's counting down to give me a time to get my bearings. So what am I... Wait. What? Okay, so the left square has lit up now. So now I'm... Which symbol goes in this quadrant? It is... I need the square root symbol. Okay. So we click on that. Okay. Now top quadrant is the same symbol. Okay, so click on that. Okay, then the right quadrant is... Oh, I screwed up. I screwed up already. I've been doing the wrong symbols. I've messed up. I failed it. I messed it up. It's wrong. It's wrong. So the rest of these doesn't matter because I messed up the first two. So we might not be able to play the game. I don't know. I think we get another chance here. So that's a fail. Code 1 on page 5. All right, let's try this again. Page 5, code 1. I got to enter this. Okay. Let's try this again. I have it up here on my monitor. Okay, so there's the timer. So it starts from the left. So let me see. The left one will be horizontal down, not the square root, but like the inverse of the square root symbol. Okay, so I think I need this one to start with. Boom. And then the top one's going to be this guy here. Okay, and then the right one is going to be actual square root. And then the bottom one will be actual square roots. Okay, that should do it. Ah! Wait, I think I'm in the game. Okay, so I think we did it. This is the furthest I've ever been. So how do I play the video game now? What do I do? I need to spin up the engines to start the turbines? What's this button? This wasn't explained in the manual. What am I looking at? Uh, uh, oh, oh, uh, 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 let's click this button. What? What? Oh, okay, so now we're back into the canyon. So I can't go anywhere. I think because I need to start up the engine. What's this button do? It's the robots! The gang's all here. Check it out. We got skinny boy, we got big boy, we got not so skinny boy, and we got a little dumpster. Hello, robots. How are you feeling? So remember, each robot is well suited to a specific task. We need to choose and identify the correct robot for the individual installation that we're about to invade, based on their different skills and attributes. I like a little dumpy over here. Hello. Now, how it is we're meant to determine the individual skills and attributes, it's very unclear. What? Oh no, that's my repair. Oh, I'm wasting repairs. Okay. Well. What did I do? Huh? Okay, so this is the robot screen. Let's go over here. The pixel art is tremendous. This game looks really nice. Okay, here's my crew members. Oh, we got little guys. Why are you sleeping in class? You just fell over. Do they need food and water? They're passing out. Is the game that boring? What's going on? What are... What? What are... What? 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 Am I administering water? It, oh, oh, it, 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 what? It, what? Oh, okay, we fixed him. It's okay. They're fine. They're fine. I can fix them. I can't fix this guy back here. Oh no! Get back up! Ugh. They're not fine. They're not fine. Okay, okay, he's back. He's back. And he's back. Okay, don't fall asleep in class, please. This is a very important lesson here. Here, take... Oh! Okay, I can distribute them to various systems here. So you go into the robot system. You go into that system. Get back up, man, you idiot! Okay, we need to administer some of this. Okay, he's back. So while you're still awake, you just go into this. Oh, we got a man here. Okay, good. You can go into that system. We got 2 men here now. So let's put some more into this system. And you need to deal with the robots, please. And robots. And okay, you don't want to do the robots. I get it. You don't want to do that either. Picky. Where'd you got? Okay, so this is the man's. I don't understand anything that's happening. Let's go over here. Whoa. Okay, this is the turbines. We have the 5 circles here. So I need to start the engine somehow by clicking the throttle button. All right, so now we're moving. Now we can start to actually fly. So let's go to the cockpit. Was it this button? No, this is the inscrutable button. Okay, go into this button. I still don't know what that button does. So we started up the turbines. And I'm facing a wall? Okay, let's turn around. Please insert disc 2. Oh my god! Oh, it wants a code. So we click on this. I need to input this? That's the only code. Oh no, I have multiple codes to pick from. How do I know which one's the one to pick? We can't recheck this screen once I begin to enter codes. So I guess I should take a screenshot of this and cheat? Or just memorize this. Well, this one's pretty simple. Okay, this one's pretty simple. We got triangle, triangle, not square root, not square root. Let's try this code. Let's see if he accepts this one. Triangle, triangle, not square root, not square root. Okay? Give it a moment here. Okay. Triangle, triangle, not square root, not square root. Let's see if he takes it. Bad, 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 bad. Fire, fire. How do I attack? Attack, attack, kill. He did not like that code. I'm holding down the right click button. I don't know if I'm doing anything. Am I winning? Am I losing? Meters are going up. What? Am I hitting him? Do I have a different cannon? What? Is this gaming? Okay, he's dead. Alright, let's go this way. Can I, like, turn around? Oh, wow. Oh, wow. What? I'm spiraling. I'm spiraling. Exploding. Alas, my mission failed. So the Eco-Phantoms, despite your brief interruption, were able to complete their plundering of the Earth. Without those vital elements, the Earth was doomed to an existence as a barren, lifeless moon. That's not how solar bodies work. Exposed to the cosmic forces that would eventually destroy her. No, I lost. You died. Eco-Phantoms won. Is it gonna reset? Or the game is not even trying to load discs. It's not even attempting to read the discs at the moment. Do we have to reset the Amiga? I never saved. Does L work? Is this like an artistic decision? To just display a blank screen when you game over and force the player to reboot their computer? Is this like a is this functioning correctly? Yeah, it's not even trying to load or read discs. I mean, the planet got moonified. All right. We reset the computer. Oh, really, ComSub? The game was infamous for its obnoxious copy protection, which was only exacerbated by the game over leads to quit mechanic. That's insane. Who made this game? All I see is artwork credits. Okay, programmer Jeremy Sherlock Toby Simpson. Who designed this? Was there a designer? Was there like a lead creative director? Was there anybody in charge? Produced by Deborah Isaac? Maybe Deborah Isaac? Maybe we can blame Deborah for this? No, Alan Miles. We can blame Alan. So I think what happened there, after I defeated the enemy Zeppelin, I was trying to navigate my Zeppelin, and I think what I did was I crashed it into a bunch of walls accidentally and just died. I think is what I did. It's very unclear. I think I just crashed into all the walls and just exploded. Eco Phantoms. So here's the planet. We're down in Africa right now. Bless the rains. Alright, let's do the copy protection again. Code 1, page 2, pause. It might be better to make myself a little cheat sheet rather than thumbing through the manual for all these different codes. Just like copy and just make a cheat sheet. Page 1 codes, code 1, page 2 is this symbol, and so like having to thumb through the manual is a bit awkward here. So what are we looking for again? Code 1, page 2. Code page 2. Okay, so we need to enter this code here. So this is not square. This is square root, not square root. Okay, this is a pretty simple little code here. Because again, the way we read these codes is it's split into 4 quadrants. We do the left quadrant, then the top quadrant, then the right quadrant, then the bottom quadrant. So we just need to isolate or identify the symbols in the individual quadrants. Each code is made up of 4 separate symbols on 4 different quadrants. And yeah, this one is the square root symbol, and then this one here is the not square root symbol. And we just go from left to top to right to bottom. That's how we're prompted to enter them. Okay, so square root, not. Got it. I should probably leave the manual open. Okay, so square root is this one here. Square root, next quadrant, square root, next quadrant, square root, next quadrant, not square root. And that should do it. So now we need to start up the engine. Was it this button? Or do I need to assign crew members before I do things? Yeah, this is the engine room. So can I even do this? Yeah, I can. Okay. How do I slow down? How do I stop the engine? Wait, I don't want to start the engine yet. How do I... Oh, right mouse button. It is right mouse button. Left mouse button to increase throttle. Right mouse button to pull back. Okay. Okay. Um... Let's divvy the crew members first. I think I should probably do this before starting the engines. Dude, this guy's already passed out. Okay, let's give him some of that. Give him a little bit of this. Okay, he's back. So we need to... you go to the robot room. Wake! Oh my god. Okay, those guys go to the robot room. You go to this mysterious room. You need a couple people in the engines. You need a couple people in the crew quarters. Why'd you come back instantly? Is your job... What? Okay, he's back. Go to the crew quarters. Alright, that's good enough. Now let's go start the engine. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's start the engine. Okay, now go to the cockpit. The wall just like blinked into existence. Is that a true wall? I don't know what these like. I don't. What am I looking at? Moving within the gullies. To fly your ship, you move your cursor around the screen. One of the pointers on the cursor will illuminate, indicating the direction which the ship would move if requested to do so. To request movement, click the left mouse button. So are we on standard 360-degree movement, or are we in shift movement? I don't know. Okay, here's the main cockpit. What are these? What's this down here? What's the direction indicator mean? 1. No further movement to the left possible. 2. No further movement to the right possible. How does that... What am I... Do I want these to be lit up or dimmed? What... There's... 3. Indicates possible exits north, east, south, and west. So, like, what is... What? So, what? What? 4 indicates north. Okay, north is to the right. So if north is that way, then we're facing west currently. Okay. Craft is centered within gully. Are we centered within gully? I think we're centered within the gully. So this means what? No further movement to left or right are possible? And there's possible exits. Now the possible exits north, east, south, and west, I think we need to rotate these in our mind to account for which direction north is, because we're facing west, but are these tied to the cup? What? Let's go down. Please insert disc 2. Oh, we're getting an encounter again. Okay, we got it. He's requesting a code. Let's go. Let's look at the codes. These are different from no, this is this. That's... These are different. No, they're not. This code didn't work last time. So we want to try this one here. What is this code here? What? What is... Hold on. Huh? I'm drawing it. I'm drawing it on my notepad here. I need to input this code. Okay. Back to the other screen. Okay, pause. So it's going to start on the left quadrant. Now the thing is, like, the symbols on that code do not correspond to my available symbols I can select here. So I can't input the code I was given on the screen because I don't have the correct symbols to pick from to construct the code. So how... What? This doesn't match. Oh, wait! Okay, so the left is that. There's overlap. Oh my god, there's overlap. So if we're overlapping, then we have to account for the overlap. So it's that one. Yeah, I see it. And then square root. So I have to like untangle the codes because they're overlapped. And when we enter them, we have to account. Okay, and then it's that one. I get it now. And that one down there is not square root. Okay. So now we unpause. We want to go with this symbol first. It's going to start on the left. Boom. Then we want square root up here. And then we want triangle over there. There's not really overlap, but visually it looks like it. And then not square root down here. Okay, so that's the code. And they're gone. Okay, so we've successfully disguised ourselves as being one of them. They took our code, so they know, because we're piloting a hijacked Zeppelin, and so they accepted our code. Alright. So we don't have to fight them. Now we just have to figure out how to fly. Save, save. Save. Press right mouse button to return to cockpit, or insert a formatted disk in drive 0 and press left mouse button to save your current position to this disk. Floppy drives, create a custom disk, name it save, eject disk drive 0, insert save disk into drive 0, left mouse button. I'm pressing the left mouse button and nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Nothing is happening. Okay, let's put the game disk back in. And try returning. And pressing the right mouse button. Nothing's happening. Escape? Spacebar? Enter? Yeah, Damien Fox. I have it cropped out of the capture, but a WinUAE has these handy little. Oh, never mind. It's not even part. It's not even captured. WinUAE has handy little numbers at the bottom to indicate drive status and like the current sector or something, and whether or not it's being read or written to. I can tell if a disk is being read or being written to or anything like that. And while I've been on this screen, literally nothing has happened as far as disk reading. And I can't seem to get out of this screen either. This is kind of catastrophic. Well, might have to reset again. Okay, put the save disk back in. Press left mouse button. Nothing. Okay, let's put the game disk back in. Maybe it's... Okay, well, maybe we have to account for the fact that I'm using 2 disk drives. So maybe I need to eject disk 1 or disk 2 from the second disk drive and only have the save disk in drive 0. Maybe having the second disk in has thrown things out of whack. No, I think we're just trapped here. It would appear as though we are looking at a game that has a broken save feature, yeah. At least I can't seem to figure it out. Yeah, that's what I just tried, Broccoli Donut. That's what I just tried, and no success. The game disk's back in. Alright, well, let's reset. What? Workbench? Restart the entire computer. It saved to the game. Oh dear, I broke it. Game's broken. No, it's not. What? Maybe only like specific sectors have been overwritten though, and it's just gonna fall apart. Code 2 on page 9. We have triangle, triangle, square root, t. Okay. Triangle. Triangle. Square root. T. Okay. Start the engines. I just want to try and move the Zeppelin. I just want to see what it's like to fly. Like, navigate this environment. To explore this world. Why did my view change when I started the engines? Like, this wall wasn't here previously, and now it is. Let's slide back, and that should trigger this. Okay. Now here's this guy. We'll try to use the same code as last time. I don't need to review my notes. I have it here in front of me. It's T. Square root. Triangle. Not square root. Okay. And that should dismiss the Zeppelin. Assuming it's the same code every time. Okay, we got him. So now we can start to fly around and explore a little bit. I still don't understand what any of this means down here. We're centered in the canyon. We can't go left or right. I don't know what the different lights and colors mean. North is to our right, which means we are facing west. Does this turn, or am I like shifting into? Okay, now we're turning. So now I'm facing. Now north is that way, so now I'm facing east. That's just a wall. Wall. So what direction am I facing here? Why is there's no northern indicator here? Where is this? I don't know. I don't get it. Doesn't seem to be anywhere to go. Do I have to like ascend out of the trench? Like there's nowhere to go. What? How? What? What? How? What? What are these? Are these viruses? Can I send my robots? What? Let's send the robots out. What are... How? What? A little dumpy. No, no, I don't want to repair. Don't want to, no. Hello, Chaoscom. Welcome. We're playing Eco Phantoms. This might be one of the most bizarre and confusing games I've ever tried to play. Okay, let's go. Can I just ignore these? Can I shoot them? Can I, what? How did I get here? Where am I? Like, I didn't go anywhere. I literally just spun around in circles. Huh? What? Okay, let's get them. Are these viruses? Owned. Second wave. I can't. He got away. Space invaders. Oh, this is not good. Balls. Balls. Hello? My engine stopped. What's wrong? Why? I'm out of fuel. Or oil? I'm out of fuel. I'm out of fuel. I'm out of fuel. So I can't fly anymore. I'm out of fuel. I'm stuck. I failed the game. I think. What's this screen? Is anything in here interact? Am I surveying the different systems? What? What am I doing? What? What did I just do? What is... what? 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 Hey guys, how you feeling in here? You have any fuel? Can you walk to the gas station for me? I ran out of fuel. Robot? A little dumpy? Can you like call AAA? Oh man, everybody's passed out. I forgot to feed and water my crew. Let's water them. Let's feed them. Okay, now get back up, man. Give them some water. Maybe I ran out of fuel because I didn't dispatch anybody to their different. What are like? Why do I have? Is this like a stack of bowls? And this is like a gun? Is this like a biscuit over here? Why can I? What? Can I put this in the oven and cook it? Like what? What? Okay, you go. You go take care of the robots. Yeah, you go to the virus bay. Yeah, we need you in the cockpit. Can I? Why does? Can I? Are these? Oh, okay. I'm still out of fuel. What? Are we back? Is it? How? Okay. What? It. Okay. Okay. We have impulse engines running. I just crashed into the wall. I'm in shift mode. I need to get out of shift mode. Okay. I need to turn. How do I turn? I can't. How do I turn? Why can't I turn anymore? No, don't crash. No, I need to. I need to not. I need to turn. How do I activate turning? I exploded. The Earth turns into a moon in the ending. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Theater Lawfuls. Don't worry about it. I think this is mystifying. Um, I'm not really sure what to make of this whole experience just yet. Uh, so what did I do wrong in that last attempt? Let's think about it. Let's think critically. Let's analyze my actions and consider the steps I could have taken to prevent disaster. So what went wrong was I spent all of my fuel aimlessly navigating through the trenches, and I ran out of fuel. But there might be like reserve backup fuel where you can power specific subsystems of the turbines to give you just the brief bit of extra no fuel movement. But you might need to have all the turbines powered to be able to turn. And since I couldn't turn, I ended up crashing into the walls and it was all over. I think, but the whole navigation is incredibly disorienting and confusing. I still don't really understand what I'm looking at visually with regard to the entire maze like navigation system of this game. Like, I can't tell where I am or where I'm going or where the turns or what. I We need to figure out what I'm looking at. Like, I just need to understand our place in space. Like, seems to be a maze that we must navigate with all sorts of assorted obstacles and hazards and enemies and what have you scattered throughout. We're in search of an installation to deploy the robots into to acquire supplies, fuel, oil, food, water, and more importantly, codes to move on to the next subsection of the maze. If I don't even understand how the maze is structured, much less how we navigate through it, then this is a total disaster. So let's give it another shot here and try to make. I'm gonna try to focus completely on just simply understanding how to move. Just one step at a time. You have to take this one step at a time. First step. How do we move? How do we drive this Zeppelin? And like, where are the, the turns and like what is happening? Is this what it's like in Africa? I've never been to Africa. I'm not certain that this game is playable. I'm not certain. Like, I played through Return to Atlantis. Remember Return to Atlantis? Remember when I streamed Return to Atlantis? That game was awesome. It was also pretty mystifying and confusing and disorienting, but it was awesome at the same time. The 3 FPS scuba diving was incredible. But there was like a logic. It felt like it was made by humans. I'm not getting that same sense out of what I've experienced with this so far. This is not made by humans. All right, let's give it another shot here. Page 14, code number 1. Okay, pause. Page 14, code 1. We're looking at T, triangle, square root T. Got it. Looking at T. Triangle. square root t. Okay. And now we move. And, oh, I can't move yet. So this... Okay. So why did those lights just go out? How do I turn these lights? What do these mean? Why are they turning off and on? Okay, clicking here. Clicking on the compass indicator is turning these lights off and on. What do these lights mean? No further movement to left or right possible. Why is it that clicking here, I don't know if lit up means that no further movement's possible or if darkened means no further movement's possible. Is this toggling between the two movement styles? Maybe. So like this, now I can shift left or right, and like this, I can now rotate left or right, but I can't move. Visit the crew. You've already passed out. Like, I have a different supply of things here, too. I don't know what any of these are, or what any of this means. But I have a different set of counter devices. Oh, dude, they're just passing out. Okay. Remember how in the manual it said you can distribute crew members to various systems? But then it stopped talking about this mechanic? It just kind of implied that you, the player, would just understand why you'd want to distribute crew members. There was no mention about what doing this even does or accomplishes for you. You can just do it. Okay, so let's do it. We'll just leave him to sleep. He's probably very tired. Like, why? Where's my fuel? Like, how do I tell how much fuel I have? Both these meters are empty. Is that good? What's this? What do these... I can't pause the game on this screen. I can only pause the game on the cockpit screen? So if I go back to the cockpit, because I want to pause my game, because things are progressing in real time, presumably, especially with regard to like the crew and their status, and I want to pause the game when I bring up the manual to read it, so they don't like suffocate or starve or die. Let's bring up the manual again. Let's try and... Okay. Oh, that's the sphere manipulator. I don't have any spheres to manipulate. Okay, okay. Yeah, and this is the virus lab. Okay. I still can't make sense of this direction indicator. I can't make sense of it. Where's the engine room? Wait, to pick up spheres, the collector panel must be accessed by clicking at the base of the direction indicator in the main cockpit. Direction indicator base. What's the base of the direction indicator? Is there just an unmarked, unmentioned button that I need to click on here to activate the sphere collector? Just click somewhere vaguely in this space to activate the sphere collector? Okay. We'll try that next time I see a sphere. If I see a sphere. You don't want to distribute spheres. Passenger hold. Passengers must be fed and watered. When healthy, sent to different areas of the ship to help maintain them. So what are the different... Okay, 3... Okay, yeah, this is food over here. That's water over there. What's this thing? 6. The supply level into 5. Send... Oh, these are the different types of stores. Oh. Of course, of course, of course. So the little tokens on the counters are different stores. So if I want to check how much food or water I have, I need to look at the counter and find the icon that matches the icon in this chart here. Click on it, and this little meter here will have lines to indicate the relative status of the amount of each required of each thing. Okay. I wonder why sometimes I have some and sometimes I don't. So fuel. So to check our fuel, we have to go to the passenger hold. We have to find this icon on the counter, click on it to get a relative little line gauge indicator of our current fuel status. Okay. Okay. Same with oil, serum, ammo, food and water, explo, and so on. Okay, okay. In the engine room, the servicer's the middle, the throttle's the thing on the right, oil's on the left, and fuel's on the right. I see. So that's the oil button, that's the fuel button. Yeah, and each turbine represents a separate function of the ship. So yeah, because my top left and top right turbines weren't active previously, I wasn't able to rotate. I could only shift. Or something. We need oil. So how do I oil them? You observe the servicer in the center of the control panel. Indicate a flashing red dot in the center of the turbine if it's in need of oil. You just click on the flashing red dot to oil them. Okay. Reserve pat, throttle. Okay. Don't understand the robot nonsense yet. What have I learned? What am I... Okay. Hello, Mixie. This is inscrutable. I use that word a lot. I overuse that word. It's kind of lost all meaning, but I have to say, in the traditional sense of the word, this game is inscrutable. Like, this is the definition of an inscrutable video game. Okay. So here we are. I've distributed the crew members. Let's check our fuel and oil. I've already forgotten which icon indicates which. So I have 2 bars of whatever this is. I have 4 bars of whatever this is. I don't remember which one is fuel and which one's oil. I have this and this. I've got 2 separate stacks of the same thing here. We've got this thing over here. Yeah, I don't... Oh, God. And this guy's just like waking up and going back to sleep. I can't pause the game here. Let me check the manual real quick. Which one's fuel? Fuel is that. Oil. Oil is the stack of plates. This is fuel. So I have 2 bars of fuel. I have 2 bars. So my fuel's very low. I need to resupply my fuel somehow. That's why I ran out so quickly last time. I don't know. I think to get more fuel, we have to find an installation as quickly as possible. And then plunder the installation by sending the robots into it on a mission. So we have to figure out where the installation is and travel to it to require more fuel. I only have 2 bars of fuel though. Okay, so let's go. Let's power the turbines and start to explore a little bit. So my oil meter over here is empty. My fuel meter's empty. That seems bad, but I don't know how to change that. Let's just do 2 notches of turbine. We're not going to go full thruster, just two clicks. I go back to the cockpit. Now, as soon as I move, an enemy Zeppelin will appear and ask for a code. I still don't understand how to move in space. So let's start by going forward. No, okay, so this means we're facing west. And there's a path to the west and to the east, and north is that way. So if I go west one notch, I click once, I click once, I click once, I click once, I click twice. I have to hold the mouse button down. Okay, we've advanced forward one node. Still facing the same direction. We're centered in the canyon. We can't go left or right. There's a path forward and backwards. Let's go forward again. Okay, now there's a path opened up on my right and on my left, and behind me I can't go forward. Okay, so let's rotate this way. So north is now... So I just did a 180? So I'm now facing east? When I was facing west. So this is back where I came from. I don't want to go back where I came from. I want to take one of those turns. Okay, I don't know. It's no longer telling me what direction I'm facing. It no longer says where I'm facing. So I don't know what direction this is pointing. Let's go this way. Into the unknown. Okay, there's the enemy Zeppelin. He's requesting a code. So I'm going to use the same code as always. So let's see, it's this one. And this one. And then this one. And then this one. We are disguised. We're undercover as an enemy. We're flying one of their Zeppelins that we stole. And so occasionally we'll be confronted with another Zeppelin, and to confirm that we are one of them, they ask for a code. So we have to respond with a code. That's what we just did there. No direction might mean you're already facing north, but wouldn't... Like, you'd think they would highlight the northern quadrant of the compass rose to indicate we're facing north, like they do with the east and the west. You would think. I can't... Like, how do I map this? How... Okay, so let's move north. Or let's move this direction. Yeah, I can only move forward and backwards. Let's go forward again. Okay, so now I can turn. Forward is blocked, but I can go left, right, or backwards. The bottom triangle here means we are centered within the canyon trench. If I somehow toggle into shift mode, I can slide left and right within this trench. But right now I'm centered in it. So let's go left. Now I'm facing... Oh, okay. Now I'm facing north. So yeah, yeah. Oh, dear. Oh. This is north. The north compass was not lit because I'm not traveling due north. We are going north. Northeast. Yeah. Oh, God. Why does the screen keep flashing like that? Because it's loading in these things. Okay. So we have these... I'm getting owned. I died. Good. What? So I thought those were like stationary barriers that maybe were meant to shift left or right within the gully to like go around. But no, they just immediately started firing on me and I died. And I couldn't fight back. What? Yeah, maybe I didn't shift early enough. What? I gotta reset the computer. Toe plan, hello. Do you have a copy of this toe plan? I know you like dank games. Is this on your shelf? This is... Oh, you don't collect Amiga games. Shout out to Roy Beer on the sound effects. The frequent loading in like full black screen while it's... Yeah, there's the map. We're in level 1 of Eco Phantoms. I'm very happy this at least supports 2 disk drives. It'd be even more painful to try to play this with the constant disk swapping. I can't seem to get anything started here. Like, I can't even seem to get anything started. Like, okay, so... Code 2. Page 1. Okay. Let's start over. Let's try it again. Page 1, code 2. Page 1, code 2. This is triangle, triangle, TT. Triangle, triangle. Sometimes when you click, it doesn't go through. T, T. Okay, we passed the copy protection. Like, do I need to... I probably need to do the crew. Like, I don't know what this does. Okay, here's my crew. 2 bars of fuel. Yeah, how much oil do I have? Full oil, but only 2 bars of fuel. Let's send crew members to the crew quarters. Send a couple crew members to the engines. My meters are going down for some reason. A couple crew members to the robots. A couple crew members to the virus. And just, you can just sit there and stare. Let's go to the engine room. Start the engine, give it a couple clicks. Okay, go back to the cockpit. So okay, so the engine's fired up. We're facing west, and we can go west or east. Let's go west a step, and west a step. And last time I turned that way. Let's turn this way. Like, why? Okay, what are these? What am I looking at here? So there's the installation. Okay, that's the installation. Let's get to it. So to the north. All right, so let's creep forward. Like, what are these? Do I need to shoot these? Can I just fly past them? I'm just gonna fly past them. Okay, here's the installation. They are requesting a code. I didn't think they'd request a code. Do I do the same code I give to the Zeppelin normally, or is this the second code? We'll try the Zeppelin code. Okay. I can review my codes here. So this is the code that the Zeppelins take. What's this do? Nothing. Okay. But I also have this code here. Maybe this is the code to gain access to the base. Triangle, triangle. No, this is the... No. Let's try... I'm going to try this one. Triangle, triangle, reverse square root, reverse square root. Yeah, let's try this one. Maybe that'll be better. Give him some of that. Give him some of that. Give him a little of that. A little of that. Is that good? Is this good? Did I do good? Can I deploy my robots now? I'm gonna try to deploy the robots. Okay, how do I deploy the robots? I want this guy. Now... What? Oh! Roy Beer really botched those sound effects. That was terrible. Oh, wow! What? 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 This wasn't it! I'm playing Draken now. We're playing Draken. Okay, let's go up the ramp. Is this a... Can I... Am I blowing these up? Am I picking them up? What am I... Orb! Am I... I have to hold the right mouse button down and move the mouse to navigate this robot. I have to hold the right mouse button down and he moves based on my mouse movements. Okay. Shoot it! What do these buttons do? What? 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 Don't shoot the UI! Why did it just stop? Halt 2. What does Halt 2 mean? I think it crashed. The capture doesn't pick it up, but down at the bottom of WinUAE, it says CPU 0%, and the next set says Halt 2. I think it means the Amiga has terminated. I think it gave up. Maybe I saved over that quadrant of the disk when I accidentally tried to save my game and it read junk data that I accidentally wrote to the game disk. Maybe, even though there was no confirmation that WinUAE has crashed. Eco Phantoms. I think I don't. I don't know what I think. I'm baffled. I'm baffled. Fully baffled. We may have gone too far. We may have gone too far. Perhaps maybe there is a layer of inscrutability that is even too far beyond what I can handle. See, the thing with switching versions is it might be a good idea in the long run, but then it begs the question, is it worth persisting long enough? Like, I can't even articulate my thoughts. Is it fun? Is there enough enjoyment to be extracted from this software to warrant shuffling between different versions in order to try and play the game? Is it is the game in this game actually good? It's fascinating. It really is. Like, I feel like we've just barely begun to scratch the surface. But What if that's all there is the surface? What if there's nothing under the surface? What if we've seen... I don't know. I like this music. Hello, Leah. Welcome. We're going through it. This is as is traditional in the Bill Bull stream. I'm just kind of going through it right now. Eco Phantoms. Like the Draken style castle? Installation infiltration while controlling the droids? That seems like it might be kind of cool. And like navigating the maze could be interesting. I am a fan of maze games. Like just a maze game in and of itself is appealing to me, especially with such an interesting and fascinating control scheme and systems. But what are we doing? Like what? Let's play again. Level 1, Africa. This is the run. We're gonna do it this time. This is the run. Alright, here we are. Enter code 2 on page 12. Got it. Pause. Page 12. Code 2. T. Oh, it's one of these overlapping codes. Okay, we're looking for T, then not square root, then T, then T. Yeah, T, not square root, T, then T. T, not square root, T, T. Okay, that's the copy protection. Yeah, this is square root symbol in the top right, not square root's the bottom left. Okay, let's go start the engines. I'm not even going to assign crew members yet. So can I make it back to the installation? Let's find out. Let's see. The wall just materialized. Okay, so we move forward twice. And we turn this way. And there it is. I don't understand what these cockroaches are. Like, am I meant to be doing something with these? Oh! Okay, sphere. Collect the sphere. Get this... I've engaged the sphere collection system. How do I sphere? Get this... Get... There's... Get... No, I shot the sphere. Okay. How do we go back to the navigation screen? How do I... Okay. Yeah, this is an installation here. Now it's going to request a code. Let me review the notes again. Was it this code I wanted? This is the code for the Zeppelins. This is the code for the installation. Okay. Triangle, triangle. Not square root, not square root. Wait, is it not square root or is it square root? Not square root. Triangle. Triangle. Not square root. Not square root. Okay. They've accepted the code, so we activate the robots. Last time I sent robot 1 in, but maybe robot number 1 wasn't the best suited for this. I want to go with robot 4. Like, I want this guy. I want little Dumper over here to go for it. This button? Yeah. You're up, my man. Hopefully the game doesn't crash this time. So apparently there's differences between the different... Okay, so here we are. Now, I don't... Can I pause in here? Nope. So I don't understand how to do anything. Like, how can I go through that door that just opened? Yeah, dude, this control scheme's really... What? It's a Scooby-Doo door maze? Where'd he go? Oh, okay. This is just a Scooby... How do I get these supplies? How do I pick these up? Sir, snatch those. Oh, don't blow it! Ah, I blew it up. I blew up. Can you acquire? I shot the UI, now we're inserting disk 1. I don't know why it just abruptly stopped. Halt 2. It crashed in the same spot. It crashed. I could use this as an out. Say, it's not my fault that I can't understand the game. The game is just broken. I could use this as an out and just say, no, abort. Or we could check out the Atari ST version. Hold on. Oh, we want a different TOS. We want the French TOS. I want TOS 102 maybe? Hello, John Matrix. Welcome. Eco Phantoms. This is Axe typing at the keyboard. I just finished this little intro in 3 hours, so I can use it on this new game. I got the files from Illegal, who gave me the game, so I can pack it. But I also put some files in a big file to save more disk space. My loader keeps all data in memory, which is very useful for this game because you must switch screens often. I don't play many games, and I can't tell you what you must do to play it. Find it out yourself if you can. It is very late now, so there won't be many greetings. Just a few. Hi to the other superior members: Jinx, Wanderer, and Java. I thank you for your mail all the time. Are you coming to Germany for the Ice 2? Illegal. Thanks for the file. Little Lulu. The best BBS. Duran Duran. I painted this logo myself. Ugly, huh? That's enough. Enough greetings. Next time, there'll be more. Sorry for all I did not mention. Oh, well, okay. Go ahead and read your name. Hi goes to Replicants, Empire, Medway, Boys, Pompey, Pirates, ST Amigos, Automation, Delta Force, Union, TGE, Awesome, Hammer, Mob, Molester, hold on, no, Big Kiss to Annette. Bye from Axe. Meet me at Ice 2. Delightful. We're just gonna check this out, see if this is any more playable. It feels quite unlikely, but you know, there's a chance. Different font? Lord Roy Beer. It's a little bit quiet. Put smaller files into bigger files. Eco Phantoms. Let's get in there. No, we didn't get to the cool little graphics on the intro. Oh, it's glitched. It's broken. That's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. Yeah, awkward artwork. It's kind of what I was worried about. I have no idea which TOS to use. I'm on UK 102. Okay, now we're in. We're in. Ooh. Okay, so if I click once, we should activate the panel. Now the map is already different. We're in a different location here. Yeah, it's kind of what I assumed. UK 102 would be like the ideal, just baseline starting point. I had it in French for Erebus. I had a French TOS for Erebus. I can't seem to do anything. Oh, I guess they cracked and just completely removed the initial code. All right, so let's head to the crew quarters. Okay. Whoa, they look a little different. How much fuel do I have? 2 meters of fuel. Okay. Oh, the bottom now. The everything's different. Everything's different. Everything is different. Like now I dispatch crew member by clicking the bottom of the little icon here. It was the top. And look, they have little, oh my god. Okay, this guy just stays there. The ST version of Eco Phantoms might be the true version. None of them are instantly sleepy. Maybe they just botched the port to the Amiga. Oh, I can grab it and slide! Okay, let's go just a couple notches of speed. We don't want to go full speed because I'll burn up all my fuel. Okay. Oh, this is really, really, really bad. I paused. I can't unpause. How do I unpause? I clicked the P button to pause and I can't unpause. Maybe the U is for unpause. Maybe the I. Maybe O, L, K, M, J, N, Q, W, S. P pauses, S unpauses. Okay, that makes sense. Sure, that works. What I was saying is this is really bad because the little cursor here, I can barely tell these colors apart. Let's go this way. Oh. Oh! Hello. Hey, Roy Beer. Okay, let's see what codes we have. Are these the same codes? Oh, these are more readable too. They're no longer overlapping. Okay, this is the one for the base. Hey, this one's different. Oh, God. So yeah, this is the same code to get into the base. So this must be the one to satisfy him. Assuming we're using the same style of entry, then we work from left, working clockwise. We want the not square root, then we want the triangle, then we want the yes square root, and then we want the T. Okay. We'll input this code. So we want the not square root, triangle, yes square root T. You have more time on the timer as well. Like a considerably longer amount of time here. Good God, hurry up. Okay, left we want not square root. Triangle. Square root. T. Okay, now we wait to transmit. Can I speed this up a little bit? There we go. Alright, he took it. That's good. So let's move forward again. So now we have to try and find the base. Maybe we can turn this way? It does the... Oh my goodness. This feels like a real game. Oh! I take it back. Virus! I can't how'd you shoot these? Did I collect them? I spoke too soon. I'm gonna run out of ammo. Okay, got one. Okay, we got him. That was a grievous waste of resources. And the game crashed. Let's just take that floppy disk and let's just put it right in the trash. So let's just put that right in the trash. Eco Phantoms. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. Wouldn't it be really cool to play Eco Phantoms? Wouldn't this game be so much fun to play? I think it would be. Oh, I don't know if it would be. It might be. It might be really fun to play Eco Phantoms. Okay, hold on. Bear with me one moment here. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's try and play Eco Phantoms. DOS, getting a DOS game to run is a little bit. You gotta. It's a little bit more fiddly as opposed to Atari ST. We need to work on dialing in some DOSBox settings here. Game stream. I can play Rod's Rock again. What folder was it? EcoFan. What do we have? No executables. Install. Let's install it. How to install Eco Phantoms? Please install as :/ install. Copy all files from drive A to drive C. If you do not have a hard disk, we have more than one floppy. You can reduce the amount of disk swapping using the append DOS command. What? Did I do it? Mega. Ecos.com. I don't know if these are the correct settings. CPU cycles, graphics, music. I have no idea what sort of settings to use here. I'm not even sure what my Sound Blaster is set to at the moment. I think this might be the Ishar config, which would mean I'm using Sound Blaster 2 with weird like IRQ and what have you, so the sound might not work. It's in Spanish. Oh, we got puntos. Eco Phantoms. There's Africa. Yeah, I have no sound at all. Whoa. There's the installation. What sort of code should I use here? Is this the one? Yeah, this is the one. Not square root, triangle, triangle. No sound, unfortunately. Still don't know what it is I'm doing here. Oh, we can... This might actually work. This might actually be playable. Okay, pick. Well, I may have... No. Can I only carry one thing? Oh god, these are blowing me up. Now we have to like navigate right on top of them and click the claw button to grab. Okay. Collecting supplies. This kind of reminds me of Knights of the Crystallion. Remember that game? Knights of the Crystallion was great. Can I not grab this? There we go. Where we go in this? Oh, dude. Let's go up here. Oh, this is really bad. This is really... Oh. This is... This... Okay. Just... Got it. Can we... What do we... Oh my god, this is... Okay. This is really bad, this control scheme. Because again, I have to hold down right click. And while I'm holding right click, the direction I move the mouse in determines the direction the robot moves. So if I've gotten up to the edge of the game window, I can't move in that direction anymore. So I have to unright click, then move the mouse over here, then right click and drag. And oh dear. Oh, I went in the elevator. Okay, we're up here now. So how do I... What? Didn't mean to go back in. Oh, okay. To get sound, you have to start with the command line argument S after E. Oh, that's good. That's good. So I still don't really understand what it is I'm doing here. Like, we're trying to find codes to get us to the next chunk of the maze. But, like, there's... This is unplayable. Like, I cannot even begin to imagine. Oh my god, this is pain. Okay. I'm moving the mouse too fast. I have to move the mouse a lot slower for more fine control. Okay. One up there, there doesn't seem to be anywhere I can go. If I go up this ramp, there are like more rooms over here? Can I like wiggle my way into this door down here? Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on, get in there. Come on. Come on. Come. Orb. Just come on. Come on. Come on. Dude, you're in the HUD. You're in the UI. You just okay, get out. Who am I? Do I start the fuse? What? What are we? What? What do you? How, what? Where, what? Where's the? Okay, let's grab this. Can my guy just die? Am I invincible? I've never lasted this long. I don't. Okay, we've gone up through the. Maybe I go this way. Don't. Am I taking damage? This really sucks. This like really sucks. Dude, you're not supposed to be standing on the pixel art border. The robot, get it together, man. Am I winning? Oh! Okay. Can I? I've set the fuse. I've set the timer. Okay, how do we get out? The timer, it's counting down. I did it. I did a thing. How do I leave? Did I win? Am I did Where's my crew? I don't have a crew. Why don't I have a crew? Where's my crew? I don't have a crew. Oh, he's all messed up. Okay, let's repair him. Can I? Can 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 I? What? What's happening? Do I need oil? Oh yeah, I gotta click on them. Okay, oil, 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 oil. Okay, we've oiled them. Maybe now I can move. No? Why can't I move? Why can't I move? Where's my crew? I have no fuel. Or do I have 5 bars of fuel, or do I have no fuel? No, I'm getting more fuel. No, I have a bunch of fuel. Look, I have 5 bars of fuel there. Why can't I move? I have full throttle, speed, massive engine, but nothing's... My poor robot. Little dumper. Why don't I have... Where'd my crew go? Okay. Hello, Omega Number. Welcome. I... Your suggestion in the Discord planted the seed. I've tried to play Ego Phantoms for the last 2 hours. The Amiga version kept crashing at the same spot over and over. The Atari ST version also crashed at a different spot. DOS version there just kind of seemed unplayable. I don't think that I want to play any more Ego Phantoms. Well, that was really interesting. That was really interesting. It just doesn't really seem like a very fun game, assuming that all the different individual pieces were actually working and functioning as intended. But maybe it is secretly a pretty fun game if you're able to really dig into it and get some momentum going and understand what you're doing. It might be a pretty fun little adventure. It was very confusing, very disorienting, just kind of in general. Just all around very disorienting. The graphics are really nice. But if the core gameplay is just navigating through a 3D maze with an inscrutable interface, fighting off random encounters, to find these installations to loot them, like I could probably get into that. But the crashes are kind of hindering things a little bit. And honestly, I don't really know if there's enough game here to try and troubleshoot and stabilize the game to play it further. Like I think I think I'm good. I like the pictures of the robots. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. Are there any long plays of Eco Phantoms on the internet? Has anybody ever played Eco Phantoms? Eco Phantoms, 5 minutes. Eco Phantoms. Every YouTube video I see is 5 to 6 minutes long. And it does not appear that anyone has ever made it any further than I have. Interesting. 2 minutes, 36 seconds of Eco Phantoms. Why would you upload a 36-second video of Eco... Oh, whatever. People can do whatever they want. Yeah, I don't... Hey, that's the glitchy... Okay. Just as a warning. Slideshow. Probably Alan might be the only person to ever finish this game. This is really interesting. It's a fascinating piece of software. What? Wait, somebody said the cutting room floor had some interesting stuff on it. Let me... TCRF. Eco Phantoms. Oh, it's a little developer note. Okay. Yeah, so apparently, I mean, it shows through. It's very, very, very obvious when you play the game. This had a troubled development history. Designed by Splinter Vision, written by Toby Simpson, Jeremy Sherlock. It must be said that Richard Costas was the original programmer along with Toby on this project, but because Ricky walked out and I took over for him, rewriting a lot of his shit in badly written, unprofessional, and ridiculously long-winded code, and the fact that this was only half finished, I have decided not to include this fat git in the credits for this game. Signed, Jez. I will credit Richard Costas with the blame for a lot of hassle, stress, late nights, and my hatred for the twat. So, somebody started programming this game, and then partway through, they left the development team. Things happen, and then they brought in a second guy to finish up the code, and they got real angry about it. Amiga CU? Hold on, let me go. Hall of Light. Eco Phantoms. Reviews. CU Amiga. Scan? Just a different maze, I see. Whoa! Okay, Hall of Light has the ending. The ending is on the Hall of Light. Just a second. Let me capture this. Why aren't I capturing this? It's poorly cropped. Okay, now it's really poorly cropped. Spoiler alert, we're going to spoil Eco Phantoms. Look at this. Tiny little screenshot. Zeppelin, maze, turbines, and then all of a sudden it jumps to this blue systems page. I think this is the math algorithm formula equation puzzle that was referenced in the manual. So they just skipped straight from the very beginning of the game somehow to the very end of the game. And then this is, yeah, this must be like the formula codes. This is some sort of blue screen. Cool little planetary base. Well done. You managed to utilize the Eco Phantom's mothership computer correctly to withdraw all their machinery from the beleaguered Earth and to move on elsewhere, never to return. As time passed, the Earth recovered its equilibrium, and humanity's process resumed. Using the Eco-Phantom's abandoned technology, they went to the far reaches of space. And who knows? They may meet the Eco-Phantoms once more. So there you have it. So we missed out on this. This was really interesting. Like, this is some sort of maths equation logic puzzle. I don't know how to read that. Another installation. I never used this virus synthesizer machine. There's the robots. Eco-Phantoms. There's that again. What else did Roy Beer work on? Only Eco-Phantoms? How did Roy Beer not have like an illustrious game design career after that showing? Who's the fat git? Richard Costas? Did he work on anything else? Extractors, the Hanging Worlds of Zarg for the CD. Whoa! Dude, we gotta play. Oh, unreleased. Ah, dang it. Look at this. Global Effect? Hey, this looks pretty cool. I kind of want to play like a big global strategy style game. I gotta. This looks pretty interesting. Only the CD32 version was unreleased. Oh, really? I'm kind of getting a hankering to play a game like this. This looks like it could be interesting. This looks like a big mess. This is what people ask me all the time. Bill, how'd you find this game? How did you dig up this? Where? How? What? You see what I'm doing here? Jeremy Sherlock. Click on their name, see what other games they worked on. Go, ooh, this looks sick, and I add it to the list. Terrarium. Missing, unreleased. Yeah, you follow the threads. Follow the threads, exactly. Like, I find, like, check out a game that I've played before, and be like, man, the music on that game was sick. Let's see what other games the music person did. Magic Garden! It's Magic Garden! I played this game. It's related to Eco-Phantoms. Man, this game was really fun. I couldn't figure out how to finish Magic Garden, but this was a really cool game. I got to like 80% garden efficiency. I got to like an 80% garden efficiency, but couldn't ever figure out how to bump it up to the maximum to get to the ending. Can I make this bigger? Yeah. The Visionaries? I only did the one. Total Gulp? What's Gulp? What's this? Like some sort of Lemming style game? Amiga Original. Man, there's so many Lemming style games. I bet they'd be really fun to get into. Wait, who is Deborah Isaac? Yeah. No, only credited for Magic Garden. I played a little bit of Lemmings back in the day on my DOS computer as a kid. Yeah, this is that one. I never got too far into it. It's a very hard game. Diggers by Toby Simpson. Must also be another little Lemming style game here. Look how many people worked on this. This is a huge team. Little icons. I like it. I like it when there's little icons here on Hall of Light. The Fatargs? Welcome, Master Miner. Dude, this looks sick. Grablins? Quarriors? I like this guy. A little fantasy map? What is this? I've never seen this before. This looks fascinating. You got your little drill. You got to drill through the dirt, and you're playing like a little wizard. You raise the cash. We're getting I'm way off track. We're so distracted. Whoops, I'm on the wrong window here. Diggers. The end. Oh, there's a CD32 version of Diggers. That looks really cool. Yeah, I agree. Graphics are great. What did Spock work on? Dude, Spock on the graphics. That Motorhead game? Prison. I should play Horror Zombies from the Crypt. Look at this game. I gotta play Horror Zombies from the Crypt. This game looks awesome. This looks so good. 102 screenshots. Horror Zombies from the Crypt. You play as a guy and you walk around this mansion and there's little zombies everywhere. And you gotta like collect items and like solve puzzles, and there's statues of fishmen. I think Holly Heck maybe played this briefly on one of her Amiga Roulette streams, and it's been in my mind ever since. I really want to play this. You have to like collect keys and look at there's some old crone on a windowsill. What? There's the Wolfman? Oh, got him. You can't stand on a flag? Oh, Dana, you know this. You made other people play it. Good. Good. The hand. Oh, there's OBS. Check it out. No, that's Twitch. Thank you, OBS, for automatically capturing Twitch. Well, that was the Eco Phantom stream. I don't think we're gonna return to Eco Phantoms. Gave it a good shot. Peeled back the first layer of Eco Phantoms and peeked underneath, and what I saw frightened me, and so we're gonna recover it. We're gonna seal it back up and just kind of move on. It was interesting. A part of me is slightly intrigued, but that's just a tiny little part. A larger part of me thinks it's more better to simply play a different game. So put it to a different list. It might be. Thank you all for watching. We're just gonna wrap it up here. That was kind of a off the rails nonsense adventure, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Eco Phantoms. What a game. I kind of want to. The fact that there's like no full playthroughs of this really does kind of. No. We've opened no. Close Pandora's box. Put it away. Maybe someday. Maybe somebody else can do it. Thank you all for watching. A little bit of a short stream, a little bit a hectic, chaotic stream, but you know, it can't all be fizzy games. I'm gonna get out of here. I only had this one game planned for today. I cannot pivot midstream. That's a rare occurrence. We don't want to do the midstream pivot. We're just gonna close the book on this, and tomorrow I want to stream again tomorrow and play a different game. We're gonna play a different game tomorrow. Yeah, the game was teetering on the brink, on the tightrope of awesome and disaster, and sometimes the disaster is super awesome, but sometimes it's just straight disaster. And I don't know where I'm going with this metaphor. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the resubs. Thank you for the big emotes. Thank you for hanging out. Let's get out of here. I'm gonna stream again tomorrow. Play something different. I'm thinking it might be time for a nice, relaxing, comfy adventure game. Like a text parser adventure game. I'm thinking maybe, but we'll see. Many games to play, many games to pick from. We'll find something fun and exciting and perhaps more playable than Eco Phantoms. Dizzy games are really good. Yeah, Dizzy games are really good. Curse of Enchantia looks really fun. That's the one that's by the same developer. That's Core Design, isn't it? People who did Universe. I've been wanting to play that one. Haven't had the chance to yet. That's not a text parser though. That's a point and click. Anyway. Ooh, Alana Ray. Are you peeking into my future? Do you know something I don't? Ooze, Creepy Nights? I may have looked into and set up that game. Perhaps we shall play some Ooze. Or maybe not. Let's raid Brosentia. Lord Brosentia doing some Kusogrand. What is this? Pet in TV. This looks like a fake game. I've never heard of this in my life. It looks incredible. Take care, everybody. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening. We'll catch you later. See ya. Bye-bye. This looks sick.